In this video, we are going to analyze the long-term outlook for crypto, giving significant importance to the recent events in the financial markets. The recent drop in Bitcoin, Ethereum returning to the macro bullish channel, and BNB possibly confirming a recent trap scenario, all sending us a clear message. In the Bitcoin chart, we've been working on a bullish impulse or channel, waiting for this range to later bet on a bullish climactic action. After reaching institutional target number 1, it took very little time to go after institutional target number 2. As you may know from Crypto Insight videos, smart money and large institutions work with predefined targets they aim to achieve after an accumulation, distribution, or in this case, a reaccumulation phase. They know exactly how high they want to push the price, and it's the ideal level to expect reactions in its valuation. In a slightly more macro perspective, if we zoom out, what we're expecting is that sooner or later, the crypto ecosystem will experience a bearish correction before providing the significant bullish impulse we are eager to see. However, our view at Crypto Insight, as we've been expressing in recent weeks, is anticipating a bearish move. In the past videos, we mentioned that this bearish movement could start either at the second institutional target, serving as the upper limit of this substantial increase, or at the breakout origin. In a highly significant millenary structure for Bitcoin, whether starting from point number 1 or higher from point number 2, it ultimately doesn't matter. Let's zoom in and move to the 1-hour time frame of Bitcoin. We were working with a trend line like this, and what did we see? We observed a significant structural bearish breakout. To be honest, this event was already warning us about what was coming, about what we are experiencing now. For that same reason, after witnessing the bearish impulse, we connected during the pullback when the price was rising. We aimed to identify the exact point, the ideal level to look for a bearish operation, since the overall sentiment being at the second institutional target, seeing compression, witnessing a strong declarative impulse, all pointed to the fact that sooner or later the price had to fall. Okay, let's see. Interesting things are happening here. Let's see if they catch those long positions. The rejection at the node is intriguing. I'm interested in the classic structural trap from here and then validation. Let's see. But it's interesting that things are happening at the low volume node. Do you understand why it's interesting? Let's see if those long positions get trapped. That would be fantastic. Here we continue with the same hypothesis. The door has been opened. This level is interesting. They arrive here and they absorb them. Aggressive climactic action. Let's see if we are at that end. As I said, this idea won't be for scalping. It will be an intraday operational idea. And I think that's it, huh? Let's go for it. We're at this very good point. Come on, let's enter. We're in. That's it. Okay, let's see Bitcoin. Let's see if it continues with the idea. That would be good. Let's see if these institutional players help us, if we can make them feel a bit sorry. Okay, let's see. Here we have the Z Creek. They created a defense zone here, and now we are in the flat pattern. It would be great if they break through this and offer us momentum aggressiveness. Let's see if we are close to that. The flat pattern can continue. It may exceed, but the idea is this. Here we have the trend line. This is the flat pattern. Come on, gather strength. It's the moment. It's now. I might even pay attention, perhaps turn this into scalping and forget about it. Because as soon as I see a bit of momentum, it would be a good idea to take a percentage. But of course, I don't want to do it now that it just broke the flat pattern. But if it recovers a bit, sure. Come on, let's pay attention to this operation. Maybe I'll split it into 3, okay? And convert 1/3 into scalping. I do that quite frequently, actually. That's it. Here, the big players need to show up and push. If not, I already like scalping, you see. We would close partials. No, I don't want to draw here. This is the flat pattern. This is M15. Of course, these sellers won't create a wick. That would be strange. If these sellers push, it would be unusual. They are pushing. Remember, this is the Z trend line, a very aggressive Z. Every Z has its own trend line, which is this one. It breaks, visits the creek. The trend line works in the flat pattern, and now they break it. A moment of momentum. That's why we need to close here. But let's see. First, it needs to move. They can keep moving it. But we are at a moment to consider closings. That's how it is. Sometimes they make a flat pattern on the flat pattern. We also see that quite frequently, especially when we observe that very aggressive high-frequency trading. Here, everything gets a bit hectic with what hasn't been written. It's normal that what we do here is a bit frenetic. Okay, come on, strength is entering. We need to see how they handle this. Selling pressure is clearly entering. Let's see if it progresses, but it should progress. However, since we're not fortune tellers, let's let the market speak. We should see a good aggressive drop here, similar to to this strong rise. We want to see something strong. It's falling well. We're looking for that aggressive drop right now. I'm going to be very alert here to start closing partials, okay? Well, my friend, that's what we want, right? This is what we want to see. Let's see what's happening there. Very good, my friend. Very good, okay? Let's close partials. There you go. Partial closure. Goodbye. There, we closed partials, 40 of the position. The 40 is done, and we leave the other 60 open at break even, but the money is in the pocket. Here, we closed the position, the 40. Playing with fire starts here. We had to close. You see how we closed at the reaction point? We entered here. The dot has moved a bit now because the price is moving strongly. Did you see how well we closed? Do you realize, right? How the price is rising? Here we sold and closed in a clinical manner. Up to here, you can see the exact point where we initiated our sale. We closed the first 40 live. Later, if you notice, both the first and second closures are at critical points where we aim to close them at an extreme, as the price has consistently risen after closing. The third closure, representing another 20, was done a bit higher as we foresaw potential challenges during the drop and were not willing to endure them. We left the last 20 open, which we were able to close after the bearish climactic action. In the picture, you can't see it, but the price continued to rise. Back in the traditional chart, we initiated the sale around these price levels to conclude our last closure at this extreme. In the meantime, as you've seen, we progressively closed partials in this area, a very clean and directional operation. Continuing with the long-term crypto analysis, there's no doubt that Bitcoin has been compressed against the second institutional target, and this breakout is signaling a not-so-positive prelude for the crypto ecosystem. Look at what the Ethereum price has done. Here we have the origin of Ethereum's breakout, right here. This is why we've had this rectangle drawn on the Ethereum chart for many weeks now, as it defines the breakout origin, a level where the price will have significant interest in eliciting a reaction. And this reaction will gain much more strength if the way the price has attacked it has been so aggressive, so climactic. We well know how smart money seeks the price to impact against very important structural levels, always with great intensity. Why? Because retail investors see these large bullish impulses, and what they prefer to do is listen to their most trusted advisor who will say, "Hey friend, cryptos are rising a lot. I think I'll start buying." That's why smart money creates these climactic actions on very relevant structures where smart money will feel great interest in placing their strong positions. In the case of Ethereum, it not only catches our attention that it has gone to the breakout origin, but also in a 4-hour chart, this bullish channel is quite clear. A bullish channel in which we could presume the scenario in which a bullish trap is set. And hey, what better scenario for a structural trap than to do it on a much more important, much more macro structure, which is none other than the breakout origin. I generate this trap scenario and look with what intensity I re-enter the structure. This, my friends, is of great importance. Look at Polkadot's case. If we seek the institutional target for this entire bullish accumulation process, recall that in the case of Polkadot, we were working with a wedge that was expected to favor a bullish explosion in the Polkadot market. Ultimately, they weren't working on anything other than an accumulation process that had its own creek. So, as you know, and as I explained a moment ago, smart money works with predefined institutional targets, and right at this price level, we have target number 1. Curiously, a level where Polkadot has reacted. And obviously saying curiously is not meant to be taken seriously. Crypto Insight viewers know this very well. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know in the comments. Also, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so that YouTube notifies you of future publications. You wouldn't want to miss these advanced technical analyses. If we zoom in a bit, and if we even go down to an hourly time frame, you'll realize how they've really compressed the price of Polkadot into an institutional target that has landed from an aggressive climactic action. What a surprise. And here comes the significant selling response that we must indeed give great importance to as the future of the crypto ecosystem is starting to unfold. Many of you will remember how we were monitoring the Solana chart, as it would be our great proxy. In relation to this range, we were assessing that the price wanted to be expelled from the value area. The value area is this rectangle you see here, explained in previous videos. By surpassing the recent high, the price made it clear that it had no intention of returning to the value area. We witnessed this strong bullish impulse in Solana. This strong bullish impulse, if you notice, if we seek the institutional target of this bullish reaccumulation process, will lead us precisely to institutional target number 1, a level at which the price has reacted. Adding to this, after reaching institutional target number 1, the price has confirmed this trap scenario on the bullish channel we are working on in Solana. After setting the trap, it validates the structure and then offers us that aggressive bearish impulse after reaching the institutional target in a trap scenario. Mayday, mayday. We have a problem, if you catch my drift. But don't worry, I'm now going to tell you in great detail what we think will happen in Bitcoin and the entire crypto ecosystem in the short and medium term. But first, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Starting with the Solana price prediction, after seeing what we've seen, especially that bearish impulse, it would be sensible to expect a small correction, perhaps on that structure, to eventually, we'll see if they want to trap us to seek some liquidity or not. But the idea will be to look for a bearish continuation in the market. A bearish continuation in the market that, if we want to look for a more medium to long-term analysis, frankly, we could without any problem go for this trend line to generate a black swan that takes us to much lower levels in Solana's quotation. In the case of Polkadot on that 4-hour time frame, I say the same. We could expect some kind of bullish correction after the bearish impulse we've just experienced to eventually wait for bearish continuations in the market. As you know, in Polkadot, we are at a price level in a very relevant structure, and here the judge could already hit the table with the hammer. Regarding Ethereum, honestly, it is the cryptocurrency that in a clearer or more evident way lets us see how to look for that idea of a bearish entry for those who have not done it yet and wish to do so. Since we come from that trap scenario we've been assessing a moment ago, we've experienced this master candle, which is the only structure or type of chart pattern to which we give great consideration in crypto insight analyses. These candles are the ones that really change market dynamics. For Ethereum, we could also expect that pullback. Yes, indeed. Ideally, it wouldn't break the roof of the channel, or perhaps at most, a small break to find the creek, generate a structure that the bearish candle already breaks immediately or not, but comes to break us and look for the other base of the bullish channel. However, keep in mind that if smart money wants, they can delay the price. This basically means that if they finally want to work on that structure, we might have a correction here that delates the time and form, and when they are ready, they come, break through and take everything ahead. The idea, honestly, will be to break the base of the channel, even if it leads us to lower quotations. And as for Bitcoin, knowing that we have reached the second institutional target of this bullish reaccumulation process, preceded by a macro bullish impulse channel, range climactic action. Now what we should expect is to have some temptation to turn the market around. When we have this master candle so declarative of intentions, there is no doubt that we cannot afford to overlook it. Here we have the compression in H4 of Bitcoin on the second institutional target. Here we have the great bearish impulse. Here we can expect, why not, a correction to level R without fear of success to later seek the beginning, something similar to Ethereum, and then look for that breakout that really takes us down in Bitcoin. And as I said, if they want, they can stretch out this rectangle. This process that I am pointing out to you, if they want to, they stretch it out in time and form. We don't care how. But this master candle has already passed sentence. And the moment will come when the price comes to break through and take everything down in Bitcoin. And now tell me, what do you think about the crypto market? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if you are enjoying this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so that YouTube notifies you of our upcoming advanced technical analysis. I hope you have good trading and see you next time. Goodbye!